What's going on, everybody? It's Ron Brown, NMT, the People's Fitness Professional. My co-host, he's not here today. This was this interview right here is an interview that we had to do, and it's not on the normal schedule, but we got to do it. It has to happen. You know what I'm saying? Before we go into today's interview, we are going to hold on one second. We got to throw that intro up. All right, before we go into it, we don't have a whole lot of viewers at all. We don't have any viewers right now, of course not, because this wasn't like promoted, so to speak, much. And also, the way this is a business, this whole thing. We got somebody on checking us out right now. But the way this podcast business works is, I'm going to let everyone know before we go into today's interview. It is not easy. It's not easy. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that go on, and have we mastered the art of podcasting? No, we haven't, because we're only pretty much a two-man staff. But we're working on changing that. We're working on changing that and getting other people involved in the actual production and things of that nature. So what you've been seeing for a year and a few months has been only a two-man staff and two men who work a lot. We work a lot. Me and Mikey Fever, we work morning to the night. You know what I'm saying? So, pardon the podcast out of nowhere. But today we got a Ben from Peoria, Illinois, and we want to talk about unity today, the influences of gang culture on the youth, and how to change the narrative. I met the brother from, of course, online. I think you sent me something, and then I responded to it, and then you said you want to get on the show, and then we basically known each other online for a year probably now, right?
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't hear any feedback right now. Oh, cool. So cool. So and the last time you did an interview with us,
yeah,
your camera quality and everything was crazy. Now you came up in the world, right?
It looks good, right?
Yeah, it looks good.
Cool. Yeah, I done got me a little webcam, man, and I ain't never had a webcam, so yeah, it feels pretty good to look good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Islam to the brother Cujo. Cujo is in on the check-in.
Hey, I got mad love for Cujo first and foremost, man. He brings hella knowledge. Ooh, excuse my language. To the platform, that our people need.
Yo, Cujo, I love Cujo, man. Cujo, he's got two sides, like we all do. He's got that fiery side, and then he's got that cool side, that mellow side. And that's just like me. So that's where we meet. You know what I mean? We meet on the mellow side. I don't even like to pull out the fire. We can't fight fire with fire, man.
Nope.
Can't fight fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I like to meet Cujo on the mellow side. But now thanks for showing up this evening. I really appreciate you. Man. First off, I want to know, how old are you, man? I think you told me this before. I think I got about 10 years on you or something like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be 30 in about 8 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Here on the 30th. I don't know what's today, like the 19th. Yeah, I'll be 30 on the 30th.
Yeah. And you know what? I got more than 10 years on you. I'll be 44 in November, early.
Right. Bless.
We got birthdays right around the same time. So okay. I'm gonna consider you the youth. I'm gonna consider you the youth because you're just hitting 30. You're just out of your 20s. So I'm gonna consider you the youth right now. And when you contacted me about a year ago and I saw your video, I thought it was important to make sure that you were on this platform and really talking. You know what I mean? Just like we got Tiffany French.
Yep. I love it. I love it. Yep.
Tiffany was on yesterday. Tiffany is around about 34, 35.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
she's younger. You know, I know Cujo was like, yo, y'all got to get more master teachers up there. And I know, that's something that I want to eventually do.
Yeah.
However, I kind of really want to make this platform for like the younger people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, because there are no platforms like these, like conscious quote unquote platforms
Yeah.
where where the younger people can come in and build and talk about what they think, and you
Yeah.
know people can give us insight about what's really and truly going on in their world right now.
Yeah.
So as far as unity is concerned, let's touch on that a little bit. As far as unity is concerned, when I bring that word up, what's on your mind?
Man, unity, man. So when I hit a word, um, the first beginning part of the word, unit, you know what I'm saying? Means one, you
Hmm.
know. So when I hear unity, I think of all of us as one, coming together as one, and us is the people that need to come together to basically have a foundation that we haven't had in a long time, you know. Um, um, but yeah, unity. I think you know I think of a stranger accepting conversation. You know what I'm saying? I think of many things, but um, when it comes to just the core, you know, um, thought of hearing the word, yeah, just everybody coming together, man. Um, doing what it takes to actually stay together. Uh, there's some things that we haven't seen in generations. So yeah.
Well, I don't know if any 5 percenters watch
Hmm.
these videos. 5 percenters are usually attracted to 5% of videos,
Yeah,
but
right.
if they do, if I'm wrong on this, correct me. The 5% nation says is like this is like an old saying. You and I verse to bring about a better understanding. You and I verse to bring about a better understanding. So
Mm,
basically, you and I, we're talking with one another and building with one another to bring about a better understanding among each other.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So the dialogue between two parties, whether it be the young or the older, Moors or the 5%, Moors or the NOI, Moors among Moors,
yeah, yeah,
Moors among Moors. We need a verse to bring about a better understanding. We need to understand each other a little bit more in the Moorish paradigm, because as we know, in the Moorish paradigm, there are a few different sects or splits, if you will.
yeah,
And brothers and sisters like to argue about the differences more than trying to figure out the commonalities.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
And
know,
it slows the process. Yeah,
right
yeah,
now, as far as we're going to go back to the word unity again, and we're going to talk about ways to unify our people, and the I'm going to talk about ways to unify our people and what obstacles we have in front of us that could, deter us or halt us from getting to that unity. But before we go into that, I want to talk about your history in the community and what have you done in the community to bring about some kind of change.
yeah. So I haven't done much, and I'm seeking to do more. But what I have done is I there's been events, here in Peoria on the major days that are for our people, right? So I do my best to make it to those events, and I try to make sure that I do my best to involve my people, coming with me or showing up. Um, and for example, like Juneteenth. Um, you know, like you see in the video, the protests.
Hmm.
I've spoke at city hall before, city hall meetings before,
Yeah.
um, and also I plan to do it again. But I also have met with the current mayor and the last mayor, um, on, you know, on the basics of, you know, bettering the relationship between the people and, you know, the officials here in the city. You know, because, you know, it could be a lot better. Um,
You know, I don't want to cut you off, but I'm going to do it.
yeah, brother, you good, you good.
The direction you're going in is the best direction because one thing that we're missing as a people, we don't really get involved in, is we don't reach out to the authority figures in our areas.
Yeah,
We try to take it upon ourselves to create a peaceful environment.
yeah,
But it's not just up to you because America has its system and how everything functions,
yeah.
and everything just starts with the people. However, the people who run this quote unquote corporation
Hmm.
are the authority figures in each district, area, state, whatever have you. And
Yep.
it's a chain of command that we should take advantage of as opposed to running away from it. So I like the fact that you're going to state officials to get things done as opposed to trying to do things on your own and in your own cipher with just Moors.
Right, right. Thank you, brother. It's definitely, you know, like as you know, like as I brought up before, I deal with, you know, like tremendous nerve battles. You know what I mean? So, but um, they definitely, the things that I have done have definitely helped me, you know, get to a point where I'm strongly considering running for council. I'm strongly considering it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we'll see how it goes though. I just know that this city needs a lot. Well, not just this city, but, you know, cities across the map, man.
Well, let's talk specifically Peoria because even though this is a New Yorker's perspective, New
Yeah,
York New Yorker's perspective from the beginning was always about everybody. It didn't matter which state you're coming from. The reason why we call it a New Yorker's perspective is New Yorker's perspective is kind of a disclaimer to let you know whatever we're saying out of our mouths is just a New Yorker's perspective.
yeah. Yep.
That's just that's just a disclaimer. But you know, anyone from Illinois, it doesn't matter across the globe. You can get on the show. So let's
Yeah.
and we want to know all about your culture. So in Peoria, what's going on in Peoria at the moment? Like, you know what? Break down the culture of Peoria
Yeah.
and how it functions. Because you know, like with New York, just to give an example, New
Yeah.
York is like a hip hop state. So everybody and their mother can rap.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So New York is a hip hop state, and you know, as far as culture,
Yeah.
you know, the 5% is still around. The 5% still around. Moors are still around.
Yep.
Um, but the biggest group in New York with the most influence, I would say, right now, are the Bloods.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's like little gist of the culture. So what
Yeah.
about Peoria?
Okay. So man, Peoria is like, okay. So Peoria is known for basketball, right? We the hooping city in the middle of, you know, the Midwest, basically. Um, so we known for basketball, and we're known for being Little Chicago. Um, and yeah, man, we got a lot of greats that have come out of Peoria. Oh, and you know, we got a pretty good music scene. It's just kind of one dimensional when it comes to support.
Mhm.
You know, everybody wants to be like you know, Chicago, basically, when it comes to the music.
What do you mean? Like drill music? I'm trying to find your music right now. You sent me your music. Oh, you sent it to me via email. That's what
Yeah,
you.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. So, I wouldn't say drill. I wouldn't say drill. It's like I don't know. It's like a wave. We here in Peoria, a lot of people seem to follow what they see. So it's kind of like they pick up, the music scene picks up, stuff from that they see, and
Mhm.
certain people uh rock with it. Certain people don't. But that's just how it goes. But Yeah, but as far as music, it's not very rounded, if I may say. Um, yeah, it's
Wait a
a
minute. So you guys are not doing the drill out there in Peoria?
yeah, 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 yeah. It's drill, but I don't know. I just
Mhm.
wouldn't call it drill because it's a lot of like I don't know. It's like bouncy music too. So
Okay.
I guess drill is kind of bouncy, but um, you know,
But
but
what?
yeah,
All right. Give me an example of like the bouncy music. I mean, when you say bouncy, I'm thinking like, uh, like what's the name of it? 3 6 Mafia? Who run it? Dun, dun, who run it? Like
oh,
that joint.
right. Well, I guess I could say a different word. So I don't know, man. It's like they want to, it's Killer Brother, you know,
Mhm.
dope music, the whole nine yard. It's all the toxic, you know, stuff that's reality to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you
So
know.
they said it. So they're kicking the same stuff like all the young kids are kicking.
Oh yeah, yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Hey, but
So
don't get me wrong,
kill,
though. We
kill
got some real
this, kill
spitters
that.
here. Though. We got some real spitters.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get your music. That's why you see me kind of not distracted, but I'm just trying to get your music up here
No, you good,
so
bro.
it could be heard. So name some artists out there who's popping out there right now.
Ooh, okay, so we got well, popping right now. See
Yeah.
that is beyond my knowledge. Popping right now. I just know some hitters. You know what I mean? So, cause like I've been doing music for about 10 years, so I kind of let go of the local scene once it's like water it became watered down to me because the people who were supposedly pushing music like as a critic,
Hmm.
everybody focusing on what they want to hear. So it's like I'm not giving y'all what y'all want to hear, so I'm not worried about the scene anymore. But man, I got some you know well, I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he's not from here, but he's been here for a long time. Montana 300,
Oh
uh,
yeah. Oh, he's not from Peoria.
from Chicago, but he's been in Peoria for a long time. So he Peoria too. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Um,
kind of old school now, though, right?
yeah, I would say because yep, he been in it a long time. Yep,
Mhm.
yep. But yeah, so like more locally, we got some brothers that I know from school. We got Tavon. Um, Shout out
Mhm.
to him. We got uh we got Rome, a brother named Rome. He does music. We got Prada. Uh, Shout out to you, bro. Man, we got a lot that get overlooked due to the mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
yeah, we got a lot of good mainstream artists too, though. Because I'll never knock their music, because I love music. Um, but oh, okay. Smokey. Yeah, I don't know if you ever heard the name Smokey.
No.
No, that's a good brother. Um, but yeah, lucky ass dude. That's another brother who's been in Peoria for a while making music, but he's probably gone now out of the city. Like I said, I haven't been tuned into the local scene
Local artist.
time. Yeah, for a long time. I just been focused on my craft. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, yeah.
Now, what's your main? I don't know why this isn't coming up, man. The
It's all
music is
bro.
just not coming up. I'm gonna have to let them hear that another time, I guess. Hold
Yeah,
on,
no
wait.
worries, no worries.
I think we got it. Hold on. Shit. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna just maybe y'all can hear it. Can y'all hear this?
Yo, yo,
Yeah, you chose the highs. Okay,
peace
Yeah.
to the
yeah, I can hear.
gods. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Word the mother got my brother back forever now. I'm clever, used to move stupid, now I move better. Roll around the nine, yo, the lane is real divine. Rich in history. Yeah, I say it all the time. While you shitting on the city, I'm bringing it more shine. Down the street from New Mecca, take that ride for peace of mind. Smoking trees to unwind, to exhale like a air. Raise a blunt in the air, here's to a good time. I'm digging up my future, buried it a long time ago. I'ma go where I want to, know I'm moving proper, yo. Same man, whether I got none or a lot of dope. Same man, whether I got none or a lot of dope. Pushing uphill, you know this life shit.
Yo, hold on. Now check this out. I like how you flipped it. You sound like Tribe Called Quest and stuff like that. Like that
Ooh, I ain't never
vein.
got that, bro.
Yeah, in that vein. I think man, you should really put some work into that. I think you
Man,
should
I appreciate it, brother. Man, I appreciate it, man. I
yeah.
appreciate it. Hey, shout out to Devo, my brother Devin on the beat, man. That's my producer, man. He's one of the best in Peoria, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So Peoria is a basketball state. It's
Yeah,
I mean a basketball city. It's
yeah,
it's hip hop. Hip hop is popping.
yeah.
Um now what's going on with the crime out there? Is it getting any and is it does it have is it as bad as Carbondale? Is it on its way up or what's going on?
Well, I've never been to Carbondale, man. And with that being said, peace and love to the beloveds and family members of Richard Neal Bay, the
Yes,
good
sir.
brother I met. Man, I met him. He came to Peoria actually. We had an event here at Glen Oak Park, and he came out to show love, man. And that's a great brother, man. And I send my condolences to his people.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Condolences to Richard Neal Bay's family.
good
Richard
brother.
Neal Bay is not on the chat, man. That's crazy, man. We got Awareness Daily. Awareness Daily is in here.
Oh, peace, brother. Peace, peace,
So
peace.
Awareness Daily. We got Awareness Daily. We got to keep you alive. We got to keep Awareness Daily alive. Awareness Daily is definitely a supporter. So now you met Richard Neal Bay. Now we had conversations about you connecting with the Moors out there. Have you done that yet?
Yeah, you mean at the event, or do you mean
Oh, the
like
temple.
oh, you mean the temple that just got started?
Nah, is it a temple that just got started? I thought there was brothers out there already.
Oh no, okay, yeah, yeah. We've been here. It's just a temple did get started. It's just the last few weeks I've been so busy and I haven't been able to make it. Every time I look up, man, it's the meeting's already going. And but yeah, so with the brothers though, man, there's a lot of brothers here in Peoria, man. And every time somebody stop me, we build. And um we got that's what I'm getting back to, the unity, right? So
Mhm.
we got a lot of brothers that know the knowledge, man, and know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So you know um I get it every day, all the time. People stopping me, and Islam, brother.
Mhm.
And and it's older folks too. It's older folks. Folks older than you, brother. So it's like, man, we all know. Like here in Peoria, there's a lot of people who know, and it's just sad, because we could all come together with that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, but like I said, like the past few weeks, I've been, so busy. So I get it. We all go through our things and our tribulations and our obstacles. So you know, first and foremost, we got to look out for ourselves and make sure that we straight.
Mhm.
So I know that gets in the way sometimes, but I think we should, um, do our best to, show up for each other.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how we start.
For sure. So now I want to go back to we're going to go back to unity, but I
Yeah.
want to talk about like
Oh, you said the crime, right?
the crime in Peoria.
Yeah. So the crime is, it's bad. It's always been bad. That's why we've been called Little Chicago, for a long time. But man, I don't think there's no little to it. You know what I mean? Like Peoria is it's not the smallest city that people, call it Little Chicago, but you know, they only do that because Chicago is huge, with the, um, but the crime, there's a lot of stupid crime, man. There's a lot of youngins out here that's, killing youngins, killing old heads, so it's ugly, man. About a month ago, maybe a month ago, on my daughter's mom's street, there was a shooting right outside of the school that her siblings go to. So um, yeah, that's happening daily. There's right now there's an uproar about the 24-hour uh, what do you call them, like corner stores that sell chicken and all of that, right?
Mhm.
So we got a lot of those, man, and people are um, trying to get rid of those in the residential areas, so
I think that'll help.
yeah, to help. Um, um,
Now, who owns these chicken spots? Yemenis?
yes, and
Yo, what's up with the Yemenis, bro? They
I'm
are,
telling you, it's
yo, wherever we are, they're there.
yeah, we got to take back our neighborhoods, man. We got to take them back. Um, but yeah, like just okay. So down the street from my house, where I'm at right now, um, it's a gas station called Cooper's, right? And I don't know the whole ordeal. I don't know. But I do know that the owner is no longer the owner, right? And he was in jail, or it still is, right? And but backtrack, when he was the owner, all you see out there all day long is people out there just posted up selling dope, whatever they doing, and that was every day. And it, when you think about it, you see it every day. Oh, okay, he letting them do that. You know what I'm saying? He letting them sell dope. He know they doing it. You know what I'm saying? Shootings at the gas station, that gas station all the time, but but it ain't gonna stop me to go get gas, You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, but yeah, like the crime is bad. You don't get um I don't know, I think it's at maybe 17. I think we got like 17 homicides this year. Um I think the last time I read an article, it was at 16, and then we had one. Um, but yeah, Peoria is it's not really small when you think about it, man. We got Peoria County has 18 districts. Um, and about 12 of those districts are actually in Peoria. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Now,
So yeah, go ahead.
now, when you say 17 homicides and you say that Peoria is not small, now you got to imagine I come from a big city, right?
Yeah.
So 17 homicides to me is like, oh,
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. Right.
so what kind of numbers are we looking at? Is the homicide bad out there in Peoria, or is the robbery bad out there in Peoria?
Yep. Yeah.
Robberies, homicides, burglary,
Yeah. Jackings
carjackings.
all the time.
Okay,
Yeah, all the time, every day. Yeah.
so okay, so they're stealing cars. You
Yep.
know, like New. I don't know if New Jersey is still like the the car stealing state, but you know, New Jersey was like big back in the days. Like they even had a movie about it.
Oh wow, right, right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
they stealing cars out here, man. My mom car was stolen like a couple years ago, and then they didn't even go far with it. You know,
mm.
it took us a while to find it. Go ahead, go ahead.
Now that city, is it red or blue?
Um, we're democratic. I think we're democratic.
Democratic.
Yeah.
Okay. I see Tyree Wilson. We are lucky that the number we are lucky that is the number because there are so many shootings in Peoria.
So many.
Okay, brother Tyree, you from Peoria? Oh wow, I never
That's
knew
my
that.
brother. That's my brother.
Oh, okay, okay. Wow, wow. That's what's
Yeah.
up, man. That's what's up. He said we are lucky that the number because there are so many shootings in Peoria. Now that this is the thing about perception and what reality is, right? So I don't know. So I'm not saying that you guys are not dealing with the reality. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that normally, like the news, they're gonna push a narrative, right? And then so we'll watch the news and we'll go, wow, we're shooting here or shooting there, shooting here, shooting there. But then when you look at the numbers compared to years prior, you'll notice that the crime is actually going down or up. We don't, but if you can compare statistics, then
Yeah.
you'll know the reality of the situation. So I don't know if you're basing what you're saying on the reality or if you're getting it from the news or maybe it hit close to home. Did you guys have anything going on in your own circle where someone got hit up or whatever, you know?
No, it's been a minute for that. Um,
Okay.
but just the other day, was the birthday of a loved one that the city lost so early. He was only 14. His name was Tommy Forrest. Um,
Oh
love
wow.
you, Tommy. Yup, yup. He got killed. Man. Um, I think maybe 7 or 8 years ago. Um, and yeah, it was a senseless, Um,
Sense of murder.
yeah,
Now so that 8 years ago was let me think about this. This was closer to where like the drill scene kind of started fizzling out a little bit in Chicago,
yep, yep,
right?
yep. And it trickled on down here too.
Now,
Yeah,
so maybe 8 years ago, it was at its height in Peoria.
yep, yep.
So it maybe the drill scene is kind of. So how did he get killed? Was it gang related?
Um, like I don't know too much, but he was at the wrong place at the wrong time with his friends.
That happens.
Yep, yep.
That happens. Now
Mhm.
let me ask you: in Peoria, what are the biggest gangs out there? Is it BD? Because I know BD is just took over.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We got BDs here. Um, um, but really, we don't got like soup what you would call like gangs out here that's actually putting fear in people. You know what I'm saying? We don't got sets out here that's actually like like actually scaring people, or other, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I wouldn't say it's like
It's like
a
a gang
gang.
city.
It's
No.
not a gang city, but it's a city of a lot of sets. You know what I mean? So it's like click. It's a lot of clicks. You know?
Oh, so like blocks. Yeah, it's I think that's like worldwide now, I guess. Not worldwide, but state national right now because I
Yeah,
think like in New York, even though you got sets, you got Bloods, you got GDs,
yeah,
you got Crips, you got you got the YGs, OYs, something like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So and their situation is yeah they have their whole gang but it's mainly like blocks and blocks and blocks like that's how it go. It's
yeah,
more like small cliques like back in the days New York used to call it like crews or posses, so it's
yeah,
kind of broken up more like a crew or posse right now it seems like.
yeah, yeah.
So and then so it's not really like it's like a big gang gang situation out there. So, but what about the drugs? Like, are they doing the lean? All that stuff's going on.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a drug city for sure. It's a drug city for sure.
Yeah.
You got youngins doing it. Um, you know, and they getting it from people around our age. They
Mhm.
still people around your age still out here hustling. And speaking of drugs, man, about a month ago, um, a baby, a 10-month-year-old baby, um, had his life taken from him because his mother decided to smoke crack with him in the U-Haul, um, and she left the baby over maybe 24 hours. They said that that baby was dead, or it was like 12 to 24 hours that the baby was dead, and before any paramedics or police were called. Um, and there's a video that went viral of them trying to resuscitate the baby, but it was far too late. It was horrible, man.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, so yeah, drugs is a big problem in our city. Um, so that's definitely something that we need to, um, get rid of. That problem. You
Mhm.
can't fix everybody, but
Right.
no,
Brother Tyrese said Peoria is so small, a lot of the members of the gangs are family members.
yep,
Most of the beef is personal, not gang on gang.
yep, yep, yep. That's facts.
Now, as far as like crime and things like that, we're never going to be able to stop crime because crime is just an expression of man's lowest nature.
Yeah, the lower self. Yep.
Right. So that's not going to change, right?
Nope.
But what can happen is that all of those who know right from wrong, or who have teachings that make sure they're civilized, they
Yeah.
can do their part in uplifting fallen humanity,
Yeah.
and becoming a more of an asset in their own community
Mhm.
by doing their job where they are in their own community, and also reaching out to public officials. I want to ask now. So I just wanted to make that statement before
Yeah.
I was going to make another statement, but before I do that, let's go back to unity. When it comes to unity, what I'm going to say, what form of unity can be effective in our community as a people?
Um. Okay. Well, first and foremost, I think um, in order for you to be able to unify with someone, um, or more than a group of people, I think you need to unify with yourself first. Um, and that is learning your true self, and accepting that and loving that. So first, get right with yourself, love yourself, and then reflect that onto the next.
Mm.
Um, so with that being said, it's self, um, the people that are in arm's reach, and then the people that are across the street. That's how you do it. You basically, um, it's like a chain reaction. You start with yourself, and then that energy just flows. Uh,
Right.
yeah.
What?
Um,
Well. Mhm.
Go
Now,
ahead.
now, what I'm saying now, that was great, and I agree with you. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, like in a perfect world, if you can unify a group of people, right, to make an impact on the community at large, what group of people would you unify to make that impact on a greater community?
Um, Probably the lower income, people with low income. Um, because today, society has got it to where You know, our people are thinking if they ain't got money, you know, they ain't good, you know. So how can I do good? Um, but I think that that would be first and foremost.
To unify the lower income community.
Yeah,
Okay, now, so the lower income community, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know.
yeah,
Is, I would say, the fabric of America, right? Because the lower income community, they're going to do all the jobs that the higher income community, so to speak, are not going to do.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they're kind of like, they help, the food chain, so to speak, right?
yeah,
So they're gonna take like, I don't know, I don't want to say nothing wrong, but I'm gonna just say it.
yeah,
Uh, so they're working at McDonald's, they're working at the fast food restaurants, they're cleaning and things of that nature. They're helping
yeah,
the people who are on a higher level, so to speak,
yeah,
right? And the people of that level, then they help the people on a higher level, and and trickles up, trickles up, trickles up.
yeah.
So yeah, to unify now, how would you unify the lower income community though?
Man, you talk to them.
No, well, let's say this.
Say it
My
again.
bad. My bad. My bad.
You good?
When they unify,
Yep.
what's the outcome?
It's no longer a low income community. Because yeah, you know, yep. So it is no longer a low income community because once you start working together, you start accidentally trading, you know, with your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Time for food. You know what I'm saying? Like my time for your food. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's how we cancel out, um, you know, what we don't have. You know, because what we don't have, the next person got it. Um, so if I know how to change tires, um, and I see somebody on the side of the road with a busted up tire, of course I'm gonna have to pull over. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. So yeah, once we do that, it's no longer a lower income community because you know the people gonna have what they want, what they
Right.
need.
Right. Now, here's the issue with the lower income community from the way I see it.
Mhm.
The issue with the lower income community is education, right? So
Yeah,
obviously, if they have a lower income, they don't have access to higher education.
right.
Now, without the access to higher education or good education,
Hmm.
communication between each other
Horrible.
is is poor.
Yeah, yeah,
So, and that is the barrier to keep us from unifying,
hmm,
because a simple conversation can turn into a fight,
yeah,
because I don't know how to articulate myself well enough for you to understand whether I agree or disagree.
right.
And you can't, your reading level, isn't high enough for you to, you know what I'm saying, even read what a person's saying
Yeah,
and be able to uh figure out or differentiate whether this person is coming across aggressively or not, or if the person is coming across aggressively,
yeah,
do you have the social intelligence to say, okay, this person may not know how to articulate himself well enough, so
hmm,
let me read between the lines. That those things are not running through these
yeah,
people's, I don't want to say these people, our people,
yeah,
our people's minds,
yeah,
because with a lower education, lower income, you're kind of almost like in a primitive state of of thinking,
yeah, yeah. That's
right?
because school systems don't our school systems don't, you know, teach us how to interact with, um, one another. They teach us how to be better than, you know. So that's a major thing right there. So if the schools ain't teaching it and it's not getting taught in the home, man, that's, you know, that's,
But guess what? Now, guess what?
yeah,
See, the reason why it's not being taught in schools is because the responsibility is
at
for
home.
the school to teach you the basics,
Yeah,
and whatever else you're supposed to learn at home.
right.
Now, if guess what? If it's not being taught at home, the community itself is supposed to provide some kind of outlet or some kind of place for people to come
Yeah,
and learn the right things.
yeah.
Like for instance, when I was growing up, I grew up in the projects.
Hmm.
Now I wasn't getting what I was supposed to get in school, and my mom, she was always working.
Yeah.
However, they had a karate school in the basement,
Mm,
and they had an after school program where kids could go there and get help with homework.
right. Right.
So these programs, the freedom for us to be able to do this in each state,
Mhm.
city, and district
Yeah.
affords us the opportunity to pull those who are considered lower income up out of this state, and so they can prosper. So it's up to the people in the community to do. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I fully agree. Fully agree. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, we got to learn how to, you know, interact with one another. Like you said, we got to learn how to read, people in there, you know, and you know, we should be able to read a person and just see and know what kind of state they in, you know, so we can know how to react to whatever they do or say, you know.
Right. And you know what that's called? That's called social intelligence. And I've learned about social intelligence probably about 10 years ago.
Okay.
I just didn't see with me with certain things. I just don't go in depth. I go, oh, that's what it is. Oh, all right, cool. I got it. And now
Yeah, yeah,
flying with it. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So social intelligence is a real in-depth subject.
yeah,
However, uh, I've learned over the years to have social intelligence. That's why it's kind of easy for me to like build with people and build relationship.
yeah,
So that was good you know, to start at the bottom with the lower income people now, and then from there it's kind of like a trickle down effect or a trickle up effect, however you want,
yeah,
whatever direction you want to go with it.
yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you, and I just learned something from you today. And you know what? It actually solidified a thought that I've always had. Actually,
Hmm.
that you know, the grassroots, the bottom, you know, that part of America really needs to be tended to. You know,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yep. Across the map.
across the map. Now the problem is that you know, it's the people in the community that have to put that work in.
Yep. Because the people that are in the authoritative positions, they're not gonna do it.
You know why they're not going to do it? I realize
What's that?
because they only have 24 hours, just like you.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So remember, you said, I think you said this on the chat. You said, or through a text, you said if somebody's not there, they're attending to themselves or something like that. I forgot how you put it. You
Uh,
know, like if
oh
someone,
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
Yep. So
yeah,
they're not showing up for somebody else, man. It's because they showing up for themselves. You know.
right. So
Yep.
that's how it goes. Like you know, self preservation.
Yeah.
You know, like we like to talk a lot of crap about politicians and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't, you know what I mean? But we don't really know the ins and outs and how Islam. Jeffrey Bay, you know what Jeffrey Bay?
Islam, brother. No, I do not.
No,
Islam, Jeffrey Bay. Islam, brother.
Islam. So uh you know, we tend to like throw a lot of darts at politicians. And I think at this point in America right now, we need to, instead of throwing darts at politicians and blaming everything on the government officials,
Hmm.
get yourself up and you do something about what's going on in your own community, in your own life,
Yeah.
and also keep tabs on the authority figures in your community. I want to know this: with all the crime going on in Peoria,
Yeah.
have you guys formed a relationship with the precincts? Well, out here we call it precincts. I think out there you call it aldermen or something like that.
You mean like the police station?
Oh, okay, yeah. We call it precincts. Y'all call it what?
Yeah, just the
Just a police station?
yeah, it's we got the county, the police station, and then that's it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, hold on. Indeed, non-participation is a major part of the problem.
Yeah.
You know what? And I'm starting to believe, like, I don't want to go on a tangent, but I'm
No.
starting to believe, right? Like conspiracy theory. Here we go. Um, they have all of these migrants coming in. They don't know nothing about the governmental structure process. They're not contributing, and
Mhm.
it's just creating a bigger mess and more confusion. You know, the normal American person that's been here his whole life or her whole life
Yeah.
don't even know the proper procedure on how to vote and who to vote for, when they should vote.
Right.
You know, now guess what? They're leaving it up to us to figure it out, because that's just the way America is, you know, freedom of choice and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Right. It's a democracy, so it's up to us to educate ourselves on politics and things.
Yeah.
So the reason why there's no participation is because those who are leaders in the community or aspire to be leaders in the community,
Hmm.
they aren't putting their focus into where it needs to be focused. However, it's hard to do that when inflation is up and you got to pay for rent, you got to pay for mortgage, you got your kids, and
Yeah.
you know it becomes a big cluster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, unifying and getting involved in the community and doing things, you know, with the authority and the officials in the community, that those are all great ideas, and it all makes sense.
Yeah.
But with all of what's going on around, don't forget the distractions on the phone. How can we how can we get past this? If you have any ideas?
Man, I'll tell you the first step. If you want to break your habit of being on your phone, go on Netflix and watch the documentary The Social Dilemma. Um, because you're gonna find out that we are keeping the rich by being on our phone all day.
Now,
And
what do you mean by that?
so what I mean by that is, okay, so you on your phone, right?
Mhm.
You scrolling and you scroll past a fight video and you go back to watch it. A millionaire just made money off of you going back to view that because they bet behind the scenes on who and how long someone is going to watch a video. And when you watch that documentary, it'll break it all down.
And what's the name of that documentary again?
It's called The Social Dilemma.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Now, and what about inflation? How are people dealing with this inflation issue in Peoria?
Um, well, a lot of people, a lot of people are, like they're kind of scared or panicking about the ports or the port strike. Is that what it was? Yeah, the
Yeah.
port strike. Yep. There, a lot of people are going crazy about that, but not like stocking up or anything like that. But like you see it all the time. People are talking about inflation, and because of that, and but it's never been a. I don't know. People complain about it. On the like the pages on the social pages. For Peoria. But that's all you're gonna see. People complaining about it. Um, but then they go and buy what they need. So it's what we have to do basically. Complain and do. If you don't complain, that's good. But once we start growing our own stuff, our own food, and getting back to that, like actually coming together in a unified way to make sure that we all can eat. We ain't got to worry about all that, but that's hearsay. Uh, it's easier said than done, but uh, oh, here we go. You're voting in Democrat. Not
The reason why I didn't even acknowledge that because I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it at all. I think like all of this conspiracy. I'm gonna put it up. I'll put it up, and
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna I'm gonna address it. Your voting is a Democrat, not constitutional republic. Democracy is a de facto. Republic is de jure. Inflation is what corrupt politician, corporation, and de facto. Okay, okay, okay. With all that said, brother.
Yeah.
With all that said, there is law of the land, and there's a way that we can um, get around all of these things that you're mentioning here.
Mm,
And if, like, for instance, if we were to have a unified vote on a particular politician that we want to get in office for whatever reason, if
mhm.
we unified, came together, and voted to get this person in, and on our behalf, that will work in our favor.
Yeah.
So regardless of all of that, and inflation is what corrupt politicians. Now, these statements right here, I really want to challenge these statements because we tend to believe in things that are not necessarily right and exact,
Right.
and we have these thoughts floating in our minds, and it all sounds good, and it all sounds correct, and it all sounds right. But is it right and exact though? What you're saying, is it right and exact? Inflation is what corrupt politicians and corporations and de facto government use to control the people. Okay, now we can say that, right? But do you know the science behind inflation? Does anyone know the science behind inflation? I would like to know. There's a science behind why inflation happens. Do I know it right now off the top of my head? No, I would have to do research on it. But Jeffrey Bay, you said what you said. That's one perspective. Now, as an intelligent person, you're not to look at only one perspective. You should look at both the pros and cons of everything that you study, right?
Mhm.
So if the con is okay, this is what inflation is. Corrupt politicians used and de facto governments used to control people. That's one perspective. But what is the actual definition of inflation? Does anyone know the actual definition of inflation? Can someone help me out with that? Before, if unless I pick it up first. Okay, so inflation is the rate of increase in prices over a given period of time. Inflation is typically a broad measure, such as the overall increase in prices or the increase of in cost of living in the country. Now, with that said, I want to know how corrupt politicians are using inflation to control the people, though.
Right.
How? How is that possible when we're talking about politics, when it has a chain of command and it has a system
Yeah. Yeah.
that is actually monitored,
Right.
right? And the people can monitor this whatever's going on, right?
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
have websites where you can view all of this stuff. So
Yeah.
I,
Yeah. Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to know in detail, how are corrupt politicians using inflation to control the people? Okay, inflation occurs when the prices of goods and services increase over time due to an imbalance between supply and demand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, now where are we getting our goods from?
Right.
A lot of our goods come from where? China.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me the the corrupt politicians are controlling things in China? And no, that's not how it's going.
Right. Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah.
So I like when you make statements like I see, I swear, man, this podcast eventually I really want to make sure that we fact check everybody.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Everybody and make sure that what you're saying makes makes sense. So Jeffrey Bay, I hear what you're saying, and I'm not banging on you. I'm just saying come with actual facts. How are the politicians controlling the people through inflation? And you said voting is a non-democrat, not is not us voting is not constitutional.
Hmm.
Like when you say stuff like that, it's just like wow. It's like okay, like you got to come with more than that. Anyway, I want to move forward.
Yeah.
I want to move forward. So we spoke about unity. I loved your explanation of unity. That was a perfect explanation because you're right about that. We just the dilemma is how can we get the lower income people to unify,
Yeah.
given that the communication overall is it could be a problem unless people in the community um unless people in the community who are considered leaders help the people in the lower community, the lower income communities with through education, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey Bay, democracy is not in the Constitution for United States. Oh man. Okay, good luck with that, brother. Um, so now let's talk about so we unity. Gangs are not really influence, are not really an influence in Peoria, and we spoke about um how do we change the narrative though? I want to talk about that. How do we change this narrative where it's all about hold on, we'll give you more information about that. Okay, Jeffrey Bay, I'm here. I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm here. Hold on. The price of goods from China. See, I love these conversations. The
Yeah.
price
Yeah. Yeah.
the price of goods from China and wherever doesn't change, but the tax on people buying those goods changes. Now, why though? You see,
Yeah.
why? It can't be the corrupt politicians doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can't be. That can't be. That answer is not that simple. You see, Roosevelt Ward, what's up? What's up?
I got
Uh,
to
but
study.
but now, how do we change this narrative of our people who are out here and it's about you said zoning. Jeffrey Bay, we're gonna build about that. So how do we change the narrative where our people are like considered uh you know how people look at us right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how do we change this narrative?
Um, we got to find a way to, like, once we, come to realization of self, we must find a way to help others who have more trouble or trouble with finding themselves. So I guess bring more opportunity to people, and more jobs, and just give people more, uh like,
More attention.
yes, yes, more time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. More community events, that we haven't thrown in the past, Islam. And if we build our own, we can spend our dollars with our own people so we can make sure we are not getting the short end of the stick. Yep.
I
Yep.
agree with
That's
that.
Yeah, that's what we gotta do. We just gotta build, man. And sometimes that may be hard, uh, you know, building with people who aren't looking for the build. You know what I'm saying? They just looking for life. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, people get clouded with things that they deal with, and they tend to take it out on other people. We gotta, you know, make sure that we can meet that energy with, water. Like you said, we can't fight fire with fire. You know,
Mm.
So we got to just take a different approach to the people that need peace. So I just think we need to come with peace. Um,
Brother, I know you said you got like a nervous thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But I think like you're clear in and like real clear in your thought thinking.
yeah,
And I think you shouldn't be nervous at all. You should just let it go because you got it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
that's dope, man, you're clear like that. Now, you said give more to people who don't have, pretty much more attention, more love,
yeah,
um, things like that. But see, you're coming from a perspective, from a Moorish perspective, so you got those teachings.
right, right, right.
So I'm saying like this: a lot of people may disagree with me. You could disagree with me, get
Yeah,
mad at me all day.
yeah,
Some people are not going to go to Moorish science. Some people are not going to go to the 5%
right,
teachings.
right. Yeah,
If they're in church or they're not in church, if they believe in so-called God, if they believe in Jesus,
hmm,
push them in that direction over there. Go to church.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Get those deep lessons in
yeah,
in those texts
yeah,
that they don't know, but it's in their subconscious mind, and it could unfold and manifest in their own life.
yeah,
I would rather them because if they're gonna reject 5% teachings, if they're gonna reject Moorish science, if they're gonna reject the Nation of Islam, whatever,
hmm,
let them go where they want to go.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But really be that though. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be a Christian, really be a Christian though.
yeah, 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 yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Like go study the Bible, go to church.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Be a civilized person.
yeah, yeah,
Like my thing is like be who you really are. If like if you're Italian, you should be focused on Italian culture
yep,
and Catholicism
yep,
and stand firm in that foundation.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? So that's how I'm seeing that. I think that you know, most people have gotten away from their own personal teachings,
yeah,
and they're allowing now social media and things like that to kind of raise them. So that like people are getting advice from relationship gurus online, and
yeah, 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 yeah.
like no, you already
And
there's so many.
the balloon pop,
Right.
horrible. Oh,
Oh yeah. 20 versus one, something like that.
yeah, horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, man, this is a great build, brother. This is a great build.
Yeah,
um like I said, everybody, if you're a Christian, go to Christianity, like, but really do Christianity. If you're a Catholic, really do Catholicism. If
yeah,
you're 5%, really do 5%. Whatever foundation you have and resonates with you, be that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? If you can actually be that, this world will be a better place. Like imagine,
Oh, you took the thought out of my head, brother. You took the thought out of my head. Yeah,
you get
yeah,
what I'm
my
saying?
fault.
So
Yeah,
yeah, say that again.
I said my fault. I ain't mean to cut you, bro.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Whatever you are, be that. It'll make the world a better place. So that means, like, if you had like real true 5%ers in your midst,
Yeah,
they're not gonna down no Christian. They're not gonna down nobody dealing with Islam and their own teachings. They're gonna meet them where they are, and they're gonna find teachings within their teachings that have actual Bible references in the 1 to 40.
yeah,
And they'll meet them on that level. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're a Muslim, then you're gonna meet everyone on their level. That's just the way the religion goes. And the same thing for Christianity.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
get what I'm saying? So if we all, were who we say we are,
yeah,
then things would be better overall.
yeah,
And that starts with yourself, as you said. Start with self.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you don't go to a temple, find a temple. Go to the temple. If you don't, you know what I mean? If you can find some guards in the cipher, go to the parliament. You know what I mean? Like, you know, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So,
Just
you
make it
know,
available, you know.
right, right. So this was a great build. Start from the bottom and raise up to the top.
Yeah.
Change the narrative by knowing thyself
Mm-hmm.
and passing it on to other people.
Yep.
And that's basically what today's bill was on. And if you missed it, start from the beginning. This was a great build.
And I
If
definitely appreciate you, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. You can come up anytime. You have a thumbnail. You have a main thumbnail now.
Cool, cool.
All right. So it's like, yo, Ron, man, I want to talk about this. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What day you want to do? All right, I'm gonna do this. Boom. And then this platform is for you. This platform is for anyone pretty much young.
Yeah. No, I get
Older people definitely could get on, but I want the young people to get on and talk.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Indeed.
definitely and also, man, I just want to say, man, I really do appreciate you and brother Mikey, man, doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all literally have become my favorite podcast.
Oh,
Um,
thanks, man.
man,
Appreciate it.
for real. Like the way y'all got it set up, who you bring on, and the reason you bring on who you bring on, and
Yeah.
we all need it. We all need the info. We all need the build, and
Mhm.
that's one way to unite everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
yeah.
If, so on that note, don't forget to comment, share, like, subscribe to the channel. We're
Yes, sir.
building up, man. A lot is, we kind of been off for the past week or so. Last week I was sick. This week I was just super busy.
Mhm.
Next week is I don't have to work as much. So, you know what I mean? The ball's gonna get rolling back to where it was. And we got some things, coming down the line. You know what I mean? This in studio thing is about to pop off. So we're
Who?
about to do, like an in studio one day, and then the rest of the days are going to be on StreamYard. So y'all look out for that. Website coming out soon to sell these hats. If you want one, that's all coming out. It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a good evening, everybody out there. We really appreciate y'all coming out, and we are out of here.
Peace. Peace.